Hello, my lovely viewers. Welcome again to Mathematics and I. And today we shall be solving questions on quadratic equations and cubic equations. Okay, question number 1 has to do with a quadratic equation because the highest power is 2. And question number 2 has to do with a cubic equation because the highest power is 3. Now, when you see a highest power is 2, what does it mean? It means we are going to get 2 answers. But for question number 2, we are going to get 3 answers. And of course, question number 3 involves polynomials. Now, let us see how we can solve these problems. All right, question number 1 says, 2x squared, 2x squared minus 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. Now, we are going to be applying the formula method for solving quadratic equation to solve this question. So, of course, what are the 3 things we are going to solve for first? They are A, B, and C. All right. Now, what is the value for A here? A is 2, B is a negative 3, and C is a negative 4. All right. So now that we know the values of A, B, C, let us introduce the formula. What is the formula for solving quadratic equation? We have x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right. So the next step we're going to take is to impute these values into the formula for a, b, and c. And of course, we are going to get x is equal to minus. Now b here is negative 3. Plus or minus square root of b also is a negative 3 raised to the power of 2 minus 4. A is a positive 2 and c is a negative 4. All right, all over 2. A is a positive 2. All right, so let's proceed. X becomes, now negative sign times negative sign gives us a positive 3 plus or minus square root of negative 3 raised to the power 2 gives us a positive 9 because minus 3 times minus 3 is positive 9. Now I have a negative sign here and I also have a negative sign here. Okay, now minus times minus gives us plus and 4 times 2 gives us 8 and 8 times 4 gives us 32. Alright. Now all over the denominator we have 2 times 2 which is 4. Alright, proceeding here we have x is equal to 3 plus or minus square root of 9 plus 32 gives us 41 all over 4. Alright, now the next we're going to do is to see the square root for 41. X is equal to 3 plus or minus. Now, the square root of 41 gives us 6.4031. So let's just make use of 6.40, okay, over 4. Now, what we're going to do now, let us split. Here becomes x is equal to 3 plus 6.40 over 4, or 3 minus 6.40 over 4. What I did here is simple. We have plus or minus sign. If you have x plus minus y, it simply means x plus y or x minus y. Right. So that was what I did there. So here becomes x is equal to 3 plus 6.40 gives us 9.4 over 4, or 3 minus 6.40 gives us minus 3.4 all over 4. Alright, so x is equal to, so if we should have 9.4 divided by 4, we are going to get 2.35. And if we should have minus 3.4 divided by 4, we are going to get minus 0.85. Alright, so these are the values for the quadratic equation. 2x squared minus 3x minus 4 equal to 0. It is as simple as this. Right. So the next one we're going to be solving is one that involves a cube, a cubic equation. Now, how do we go about this? All right. Now, what we're going to do now is this. Let us erase. Okay. Alright. Now we have 2x cubed, okay, minus 11x squared plus 18x minus 8 equal to 0. So here we are going to be getting 3 answers for x. But first of all, let us express this as a function of x. So we're going to be having f of x is equal to 2x cubed minus 11x squared plus 18x minus 8. Now, what we are going to do here is that we're going to look for the value of x that will make this function 0. That will make this function equal to 0. So we're going to be trying some numbers because we might not know the exact value to make use of. Okay, so let us try when x is 1. Okay, so if x is 1, it means I'm going to have f of 1. All right, so here becomes 2 into the brackets of 1 raised to the power 3 minus 11 into the bracket of 1 raised to the power 2 plus 18 into the bracket of 1 minus 8. So let us work with this and see if we are going to get the function to be 0. So here becomes 1 raised to the power 3 is 1. 1 times 1 times 1. Then 1 times 2 is 2. Minus 1 raised to the power 2 is 1. 1 times 11 is 11. Plus 18 times 1 is 18. Minus 8. Okay. Now let us see if we're going to get 0. Okay, let's put this here. Now 2 minus 11 gives us minus 9. Minus 9 plus 18 gives us a positive 9. And 9 minus 8 gives us 1. So it means we are not going to make use of x equal to 1. Because x equal to 1 did not make the function equal to 0. Rather, it made the function equal to 1. So let us try f of minus 1. When x is equal to minus 1. So we are going to be having f of minus 1 is equal to, again, whenever we have x, we give minus 1. So we have 2 into the bracket of minus 1 raised to the power 3, okay? Minus 11 to the bracket of minus 1 raised to the power 2, plus 18 into the bracket of minus 1 minus 8. All right, so here becomes minus 1 raised to the power 3, of course, is minus 1, because we say minus 1 times minus 1 times minus 1. Now, minus times minus is plus, plus times minus is minus. So 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. So of course minus 1 raised to the power 3 gives us minus 1, and minus 1 times 2 gives us minus 2. Now, minus 1 raised to the power 2 is a positive 1, and 1 times minus 11 still gives us minus 11. So plus times minus is minus, and 18 times 1 is 18 minus 8. Alright, so now without wasting time, let's see what we are going to get if f, when x is minus 1, if we're going to make the function to be 0. So let's see. Minus 2 minus 11 is minus 13. And minus 13 minus 18 is minus 31. And minus 31 minus 8 is minus 39. Of course, it is also not 0. So what does that mean? Let us try when x is 2. We have to keep on trying, okay? Otherwise, there is no way you can just say, what's it called? An exact value, and then you make it 0. So when x is 2, so we're going to be having f of 2 is equal to. So here becomes 2 into the bracket of 2 raised to the power 3 minus 11 into the bracket of 2 raised to the power 2 plus 18 into the bracket of 2 minus 8. Okay, let's see what we're going to have. Now, 2 raised to the power of 3 is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. And 8 times 2 is 16. Okay, so we have 16 minus 2 raised to the power of 2 is 4. And 4 times 11 is 44. Okay, so plus 18 times 2 is 36. Okay, and we have minus 8. Okay, so what are we going to do here now? Now, if you remove 44 from 16, we're going to get minus 28. And minus 28 plus 36 will give us 8. And 8 minus 8 will give us 0. Okay, finally we are able to get a value of x that will make this function equal to 0. So let's come again. We are now free to solve the maths. So here, I'm going to erase all of this. Okay, I have to work it out so that you also will know how to solve it, individually. All right. So here it means our x is equal to 2. Okay, so from this point, it means x minus 2. If 2 crosses the equality sign to the left-hand side of the equation, we're going to get x minus 2. So it shows that x minus 2 is a factor of the function 2x cubed minus 11x squared plus 18x minus 8. Okay, now this is one of the answers that we're going to get for x. X is 2. But remember I told you we're going to get 3 answers. So how are we going to get the other 2? Now this is what we're going to do. Now this factor we are going to use to divide this, the function. So using the long division method, we have 2x cubed minus 11x squared plus 18x minus 8. And what is our divisor? X minus 2. Okay, now how do you divide something like this? This is what you do. First, x divides 2x cubed. Now if x divides 2x cubed, I am going to get 2x squared. Alright, good. Now you use 2x squared to multiply x. Now 2x squared times x again will give us 2x cubed. Alright, minus 2x squared times 4 will give us 4x squared. Alright, so what we are going to do now, we are going to minus 2x cubed minus 2x cubed is 0. Okay, now minus 11x squared minus 4x squared. Now minus times minus is plus. Okay, so now minus 11x squared plus 4x squared will give us minus 7x squared. Okay, so since there is no numbers here, we're going to bring down our plus 18x and we're going to bring down our negative 8. All right, so now again x will divide by the 7x squared. X will only stop dividing when there is no more x again to divide. So since we still have x squared, so x is also going to divide. Now if x should divide minus 7x squared, I am going to get minus 7x. Right, good. Now minus 7x multiplied x minus 2 again. Now minus 7x times x gives us minus 7x squared. Alright, the minus times minus gives us plus, and 7x times 2 gives us 14x. Alright, if you notice, any answer I get here, I always use to multiply the divisor. And you understand? So get what I have to subtract from, from the initial. So now that I've used minus 7x to multiply x minus 2, again root and again our minus. Alright, now minus 7x squared minus 7x squared. Minus times minus is plus. So negative 7x squared plus 7x squared is 0. So now I have 18x minus 14x, right? And that will give us 4x. Again, I'll bring down minus 8. Okay, yeah, we still have x present, so x again has to divide. Are you with me? All right. Now, if x should divide 4x, I'm going to get a positive 4. Okay, so again, I use the positive 4 to multiply the divisor. So 4 times x gives us 4x minus 4 times 2 gives us 8. All right. So when we minus this time, 4x minus 4x gives us 0. And 8 minus 8 gives us 0. So it means what we now have now is 2x squared minus 7x plus 4. All right. Now, what we are going to do now is this. Solving with 2x squared minus 7x plus 4 equal to 0. We are now down from cubic equation to a quadratic equation. Of course, our a here is 2, our b is negative 7, and our c is a positive 4. And so, employing the formula for quadratic equation, which says x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Substituting the values for a, b, c into the formula, we are going to get x is equal to minus b is a negative 7 plus or minus square root of negative 7 raised to the power 2 minus 4 into brackets, a is positive 2 and c is positive 4 all over 2 into the bracket of positive 2. Alright, so there becomes x is equal to minus times minus gives us plus. So we have a positive 7 plus or minus the square root of minus 7 raised to power 2 means minus 7 times minus 7, which is a positive 49, minus 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times 4 again is 32 over 4. Right, so here becomes x is equal to 7 plus or minus the square root of 49 minus 32. Okay, 49 minus 32 we give us 17 all over 4. All right, so here we have here we are going to get x is equal to 7 plus or minus. Now we are going to look for the square root of 17. Okay, now the square root of 17 gives us 4.123. So let's just use 4.12 all over 4. All right, now which can also be written as x is equal to 7 plus 4.12 over 4, or 7 minus 4.12 over 4. Okay, so here becomes x is equal to, now 7 plus 4.12, okay, will give us, 11.12 over 4, or now 7 minus 4.12 will give us, let's see, 7 minus 4.12 will give us 2.88 all over 4. All right, so now without wasting time, if we should divide, we are going to get 11.12 divided by 4 gives us 2.78, or 2.88 divided by 4 will give us 0.72. Okay, so therefore our answers for 3 questions, first we got x is equal to 2, and then we got x is equal to, let's just use 2, second is 2.78, and lastly the other is 0.72. So this is how we arrive at the answers for x in question number 2. So class, you see how we took our time to explain these questions from question number 1 to question number 2. And I believe you understood perfectly each step that we took. So we have come to the end of today's class, and I want to say a big thank you for being with me. Keep on watching Mathematics and I, and don't forget to subscribe if you are just joining us for the first time. Bye for now, until we meet again in our next class.